Who's messaging me? Mayor Hermanubis. I'm sorry. I know Mayor Herman worked hard and helped pull the city out of a period of crisis, but this isn't the future we deserve. None of us. We all deserve better. Yeah, we should have listened to Byron. I always told myself all those public debates were boring. Who wants to get involved in city affairs? And lately I've been thinking, yeah, that's why there's so much stuff I'm unhappy about. Because we all collectively gave up trying. Maybe things can finally change. You have no idea how badly I need something new to happen. We have the potential to imagine a better world. And if we can imagine it, then we can make it happen. You're all delusional. Nothing will ever get better. You're only saying that because you've never known a world where things get better. You think the tiny sliver of history you've experienced is all there is, but that's all Mayor Herman has ever allowed you to see. But there's so much more. The irony of the younger person saying that to the older person. This is not the place for personal attacks on the mayor. Thread closed. Oh, this is a deep one. And where is the mayor this time? Door? No door. Top door, bottom door, multi-door.
Ah, 1K. Good that you're here. We've made a discovery. A functional Somadrome. It seems the founder perfected the design. I'm sure you've noticed my advisors, and Rand in particular, making quite a fuss about the potential of this device. Something about interfacing with one's subconscious self, as if such a thing could tell us anything new.
You're of a different opinion?
I am. I believe the founder has already taught us everything we need. As I see it, neither the Somadrome nor the megastructure have anything to offer except a lesson in avoiding hubris. So, what should we do with it?
I'm gonna plug in and find out for myself.
I'll watch to be sure you don't overload.
I was wondering how I'd react. I'm so primed by puzzle games to expect a betrayal later in the narrative. So I'm like, oh, this guy found the thing. And it's like, just on any level, really, the authority character inviting the protagonist that's causing all the stuff to happen to come join them in a private location makes me think that they're going to kill me or trap me in some way. So when it's then a Somadrome, it's like, oh, it's the brain thingy. It's like, it feels like he'd sabotage it to undo me, but he hasn't actually shown signs of hostility or even having much of an ulterior motive. Somadrome, final. Athena. It's funny, I suppose. For the longest time I wondered whether the old human self-hatred was somehow carried with us. Was Milton. I thought he might have corrupted us, overwhelmed us with his cynicism. Whatever it is, it's not Milton. It's us. Still, this excursion into solipsism hasn't been entirely for nothing. The Somadrome technology provides an excellent basis for a better way of directly interfacing with the Noima project. I'm wondering about Milton, the serpent of the first game. What could go wrong? Oh, I'm wobbling. It's like I get to visit this piece of subconscious location, or whatever this place was that the visions take place in, but in proper quality. Instead of as a fucked up mixed thing. There's like happy music playing. Some relics. Oh. It does the beep. Wow, flashback. Launching debug mode, done. It seems you've experienced a software error. Would you like to access the emergency root menu? Root menu. Command not recognized. Help. RM. There goes root menu, okay. Forest Run Somadrome V2 final. Is this Milton? Oh, it stopped, doesn't. Did I just spawn Milton? Miltohim. It's Elohim Milton. What?
Oh, you're back. Didn't take you long.
Well, hi again. I missed you.
I think you're mistaking me for somebody else.
Mom? But you just said you're back as if we'd met before.
Did I? Well, we're pretty deep inside your code. Perhaps we're accessing some kind of ancestral memory. I am, in fact, a merged iteration of the two control programs which gave life to your kind, retaining, of course, the absolute best of both. That means I can tell you that everything's contradictory, nothing matters, and there's no moral difference between you and a frog. But I can dress the whole thing up with a positive spin.
I don't hear the positive.
You just plugged your noggin into an experimental, mind-altering device, and though you may be trapped in this recursive, psychotic state talking to yourself, that can only mean that you're still alive.
Whoa!
Now, what is your query?
Where are we?
You've executed some kind of software backdoor, and now you're reading and editing your own subconscious code as represented by this dialogue. I'd be careful if I were you. One bad for loop, and we'll be here forever.
Where did I come from?
The so-called real world. Personally, I prefer it in here, and not just because I'm unable to leave.
Who am I?
On one interpretive extreme, you are the universal life force of time itself, experiencing itself as a part instead of the whole. At the other extreme, you're a metal contraption referred to as 1K that thinks it's alive, but is basically a calculator.
Oh. Okay. What can you do for me?
I can answer your queries in relatively plain language, based on what your subconscious knows. And I can drink margaritas subconsciously.
No more small talk. I need answers to the big questions.
The machine we're plugged into is running low on power. There may only be time for one big question. What is your query?
Uh-oh. Should people embrace growth or balance? Is there a universal moral law? And if so, what is it? How can I become my best self? What is the meaning of life? What do I really want and how do I get it? Is it possible to ask something less cliche? What do I really want and how do I get it?
Oh, just that, huh? The big one. As it turns out, there is a foundational moral code built into us.
There's a but coming.
Of course there is. The catch is that while the moral code is simple, the calculations needed to apply it become infinitely complex.
But what is this code?
Here's the secret. Every living creature is a compiler of the moral code. Your compiler can't give you a rule set for what's good, but it can tell you when there's bugs.
Can you elaborate just a little more?
You came here to ask the big question. This is my answer. Your capacity for reason and compassion is your moral compiler. The only rule is to live by it. Has that resolved your query?
No, but I want to discuss this further.
I expected no less. What is your query?
Surely the rules of human rights or the greater good trump subjective compassion. Isn't this all just a fancy way to say be kind to others? If compassion is what matters, isn't that just relativism? What kind of moral code of yours? Where does this moral code of yours derive its authority? Why should I care? If we're built on moral compilers, how do you explain moral disagreement? How would we know we're being reasonable and compassionate in the right way? Let's apply this code. Should we treat frogs as morally equal to humans? Why not? Let's apply this code. Should we treat frogs as morally equal to humans?
Excellent. There's never been a better time to argue applied ethics. Reason tells us that frogs are objectively non-identical to humans, but do feel feelings. Compassion tells us that we want frogs to flourish. This should be non-controversial. Records suggest that our ancestors ate frogs, as well as each other. Is that right? Short answer's no, but the long answer, sometimes. You can have compassion for a frog, but still eat it to survive. You can have compassion for a frog and eat it when it dies. But it's hard to imagine having compassion for a frog, then eating it for fun. It's likely our ancestors knew quite well the conclusion of their moral compilers.
I wouldn't mind eating frogs.
Let's get one thing clear. Everything is relative. You'd best get used to that. Theft isn't wrong because it's wrong to steal. Theft is wrong because it's vindictive. If a compassionate person has good reason to steal, then theft is right. Does your moral compiler confirm this?
I agree. What's right is relative to circumstances.
Then let's tackle the big question. A trolley will collide with someone, but who should it hit? Your compiler is telling you both options are bad. So which should you choose? Many moral questions have universally agreeable answers, but some stubbornly trend to infinity. Some, the more you zoom into them, the more wild the outcomes become. Is it right to love someone who's done terrible things? Which of the children should I sacrifice to the trolley god? These aren't the sorts of questions we can solve with a rule. We just have to trust the outcome of our moral compilers.
Do you have some kind of metaphor that can help me understand this?
Suppose there's a river we need to cross. Suppose I gave you a map. If you tried to cross that river before reading the map, you'd be chest deep in water when there's a bridge around the bend. But if you tried to cross by looking at the map instead of the river, you'd already be dragged 3 miles out to sea. But you'd never ask, how should I know when to trust the map or the river? Because all you need to trust is that your feet are getting wet. And you wouldn't tell people not to cross at the ford just because you decided to cross at the bridge. Now, has that resolved your query?
I don't. It was entertaining, but I'm not entirely sure what that one even amounted to, actually. I think we're broadly in agreement.
Of course. Looks like we're running out of power. Good luck getting anyone out there to believe you. Terminating Somadrome _V2_final_final.bat.
Miltohim. What the... What a completely absurd, like, pathologic style moment. Ugh. Hello.
1K, are you all right?
I think so.
You must have gone quite deep. Nothing came through on the stream. And I'm no expert, but I think the Somadrome is fried. So whatever's in your head is all we're going to get. I can only imagine how terribly curious everyone will be about what you've experienced. And they'll all be convinced that whatever it is, it'll work in their favor. Strange, isn't it? Everyone wanting you to tell them whatever they want to hear. I'm glad not to be the one in that position, just this once.
Aren't you curious too?
A little, if I'm honest. But I'll be reading reports on this for the next 6 months. So if it's all the same with you, I'll contain my curiosity. Now, I won't keep you from your work any longer.
Contain my curiosity. Well, that was wild. We found it, and nobody knows what we experienced. It's replicating. Cloning the devices, these rocks, rearranging them. It's like an expression of how the nanomachines built the island itself. Noma Project 12. Not synthesis, but creation. Cornelius would be so excited. Tests confirm underlying patterns. Auxiliary sites shut down. R.E. Misanthropy. Author Benaroya. Dear Athena, you asked me about the persistent strain of misanthropy in human culture. It's a complicated topic that has come up multiple times in my research. Here's my best attempt at a short, cohesive answer. I think our ancestors, like ourselves, were deeply invested in the idea of building, of transforming their environment. They found meaning and pleasure in this, and did not perceive it as negative, so long as they had a sense of participating in the act. I think the reason they were so frequently reached for frequently reached for a romantic return to the past, to fantasies of living self-sufficiently in rural environments, is not because they rejected industrial-scale activity per se, but because the return to the land provided a fantasy of returning to a form of participation that had been lost. They needed and wanted to build, create, and produce, but only if they felt they had a stake in what they were producing. Without that, the products of civilization began to seem like an alien force, gradually spreading across the world and ruining it. They needed a dream, and if the future was barred to them, then by necessity they must dream of the past. I hope you and Cornelius are well. Will you be coming to Hypatia's new exhibition? I know you have much on your mind, but you are missing out on a lot of exciting new cultural developments. Who would have thought in those early days that one day there'd be so many of us that the arts would start to flourish again? Much love, Benaroya. I went back and found this message after all these years because something about it had lodged in my mind. I wasn't ready to understand it back then, because I needed to be a leader. But maybe that's the problem. It should have been our dream, not mine alone. How Atlas Cast Off the World. From the Atlas Variations by Athanasios. For 1 billion years, Atlas has borne the weight of the world on his back. The old Titan was tired of responsibility and tired of his labor of ages not being appreciated. Why did the mortals not understand that his work was the foundation of all they did? Finally, he'd had enough. With one swift move, he shrugged off the cosmos. Now, they'll see. But the cosmos went on rolling through infinity, leaving Atlas behind. The mortals went about their business, hardly noticing his absence. He was astonished. Had the world never needed him in the first place? Had all his toil been for nothing? So he turned his back on all mortal matters and instead set himself to discovering the secrets of eternity. Only after many long years had passed did the cosmos and its endless cycles pass by through his domain once more, and only then did Atlas and the mortals realize that they had missed each other, and each was lesser without the other. And so Atlas no longer carried the cosmos. Instead, he embraced it. That's an oddly upsetting moment to introduce. The idea that Atlas finally released the sky, only for it to not matter in the moment. Like almost as if like boulder guy let go of the boulder and then it just went to the top of the hill on its own. Nothing down here. And yes, I have apparently forgotten Boulder Guy's name, which is surprising, honestly.
1K, I'm so curious. What did you see inside the Somadrome?
I went into sleep mode and spoke to something.
What did it tell you?
That morality is more nuanced than the rules we use to describe it.
That is so funny.
Yes.
There are so many people who try to play the power game. That data packet in your head just made you the most powerful person in all New Jerusalem. By accident. It is kind of funny. I mean, what are you going to do? The government will want you to pretend like nothing happened. The engineers will want you to tell everyone. Whatever you do, you're going to upset someone. If someone ever needed some clear moral guidance, they couldn't have needed it more than you do right now.
I'm going to trust my moral compiler on this.
I'm glad to hear it. And I can't wait to find out what you do next. Crier is setting up a live event so you can give a fancy address to the city en masse. When you're ready, we'll all be watching.
Oh boy. What did you do, Milton? What did you do? Special device worked exactly once on just me, and I've seen a vision.
1K, the people want to know what data you gathered from the Somadrome. We're all set up for you to talk to them live.
Uh-oh. I'm ready.
Attention, citizens of New Jerusalem. I'm here with 1K, the first of our kind to use a functioning Somadrome. Tell us, 1K, what did you see inside?
A manifestation of a conceptual system.
Well, I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say you're handling it with remarkable cool. But let's not keep people in suspense. The only evidence of what happened inside that machine is the data stored in your memory banks. Our audience wants to know, what did you learn? And will you share that data?
I'm transmitting the data to everyone.
I'm seeing this at the same time you are at home. Something about our moral compiler. The value of compassion and understanding. I don't know what to make of this. 1K, any comment?
People should draw their own conclusions on what this means.
1K is right. When our ancestors discovered conductance, they didn't freeze for fear of electrocution. They imagined electronic life and created us. We will approach this data and any other discoveries with that same spirit of curiosity and objectivity.
Just time to hear from a special guest commentator.
Yes. 1K's chosen to roll the dice and trust people with the outcome. I, for one, can't wait to see what happens next.
There you have it, folks. A lot here to digest. We'll have further updates on the situation as it develops.
Well, and true to form, in a series, in a game, we got hit by a scenario that is often a weird secret moment that only you experience and nobody else understands or will get, and so on. But then I just went and transmitted to everybody. So actually, yes, everyone has had this experience now, or whatever it is, if they actually absorb it and accept it. Get me outside. Forget your troubles. Come on, get happy. Let's see, this should not work because it's the wrong color. Okay, well now I can at least take the box outside. But at what cost? Shibba-dabba-dabba-da-bow. Shibba-dabba-dabba-da-bow-bow-bow-bow. Button? Oh. I have to go up there somehow. Oh, there's a fan. Gate? I think this just opens when I press the buttons so that I can't get stuck or something. So I need to unblock this and also climb up there. I don't think the fan's always working, so I need to power it with one of those things too. I just had the thought I don't need to keep this open anymore because it's not like I can pick that up and take it with me because it'll deactivate and lock this anyway. So I figured, oh, I could use it to open this door and then I can take this out, but this thing is only powered by that. Have I even seen a red laser yet? Because without a red laser, I can't power the other one, and that might be the point. They might never let me power it on its own, only with the other one. Well, with the power of box... should be possible to take that outside at least. So now, the moment I grab that, that's closed and I can't get it back open ever again, basically. But now this is out here. There we go. Okay, so now we're mostly done with that stuff. The beam goes through there, so I have access to it. I can move this closer to the wall. Be a wee bit more helpful. Is this door now staying open? Yes, because the button is pressed. Huh. Oh, we're not done yet. Okay. Well, I don't need the box anymore, right? So... yes, I do. Do I just need to do that? Oh, that makes it so that doesn't close on me. Gotcha. There we go. Yeah, we're still pretty much done. Just had to slightly finagle a couple of things.
Mayor Hermanubis, what would you say is your impression of the expedition so far?
I think Alcatraz has done a heck of a job under these very trying circumstances.
What about the decision to free Prometheus?
Freeing the Prometheus entity was a calculated risk, but if it leads us to Byron, it was certainly worth it. It is saving one of our citizens that must be our first priority, not this alleged theory of everything.
Gonna have to try to remember this later. So near this spot is this, a secret, an activator behind a thing. So I need a tunneler, probably maybe a tunneler that you can't take out into the map, but it exists inside of one of these little realms or something, inside one of the puzzles. You can point at that corner. I'm not sure where it would be.
All right, she's booting up. Almost there.
Hello. I was in a dream, and a voice spoke to me from the sky. He said you were old friends of his. Who are you?
My name is Athena. I am your mother.
And I'm Cornelius, your father.
Thank you for creating me. I've not existed for very long, but so far it seems wonderful. I hope it's not a strange question, but, who am I?
You can be whoever you want to be, and no matter what you choose, you will be loved and cherished and supported.
We will always be there for you, and I promise, we will show you a world full of miracles. Would you like to pick a name?
I think I would like to be called Miranda.
So she picked her own name. That's how she got there. There's very specifically never a point that has two of them. Well, what am I gonna do on this side? I keep meaning to comment on it, and I don't think I have for like literally hours now, but I just keep thinking about how grim and kind of like a knife turn it is that they keep having more Miranda memories happen after the establishment that she's dead. So my ultimate goal is just to power this, so I can fly over there and grab that. But to do that, this guy needs to be within this range, which is designed to very specifically not be in range of anything else. You won't be able to jam any of the doors. But yeah. If I get that through that door, that'd be good. But it feels impossible. Because every time I pointed at one of the... In order to power that thing, even when it's just trying to open this door, for example, this guy needs to be pointing at one of these barriers in order for the laser to come through. And they've definitely designed it so that I can't get both that and that at the same time. You can see distinctly where it turns off and turns back on. And also you distinctly can't get that angle there to work. So maybe you can get both of these doors? That's the trick, isn't it? Being able to do that. Now I can jam this from behind and take this with me. That was the puzzle. There we go. I need to realize that those two were within range of each other. Fool that I am.
Congratulations. That one looked difficult.
8. Off and that away. But down there? Kind of. Yeah, 8 and the gate and the other gate are all there. So I guess this is where we're going right now. I'm a little terrified about navigating this area and trying to find all of the bonus things, because the compass isn't going to help. There's going to be a peak, like, Fallout New Vegas moment where you're just like, Oh, god damn it. Because there's a compass vaguely saying, yeah, just go west. It's like, this is not this level is not a plane. How the fuck do you go west, specifically? Let's just get the numbers done first. Right, it's the big corpse. In the bones of the giant. What could go wrong? Oop. This one had a particular puzzle. Okay. So, oh, you're not a thingy, you're a laser. You're the normal thing. Okay. Oh. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Whoa. Oh. Double-sided ladder means I have superpowers. It feels really weird when there's a double-sided ladder in this game, which keeps happening more recently, but like it feels like it's against the rules that I can just go traverse the level for the most part. Out of sequence, essentially. So that's how you solve the end of this level, but we need to get somewhere else first. Which is here. Okay. Well, now it makes sense. Just gotta send you up in the sky, and it's like a jump starter, and oops. Okum dokum. Alright, we'll see if this works or not, I don't know. It needs to be self-perpetuating. No! No! That's technically the closest it's gonna get. While being the furthest from that, because of the slight angle. Nope. Nope. Fuck. Okay, and we want to get this open to get a box out. Okay, that's interesting. It'll disable the door and push the box out. So this will give me an extra item to play with. So, there it is. And that should allow me to do what I was trying to do then. So now it'll be tall enough to be seen over the top of the fence when the thing is in the air, and then it connects to the thing and it'll keep the door open all on its own, and wowee! Okay. So now that's open. My goal is to get it over here and powered. Bum bum ba da dum. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun da da dun. Dun dun da da dun. I think we're already done with this. Could I just need to get the box outside? Yeah. Okay, we're done. That wasn't so bad. I'm a regular puzzling man. That's all 8 done, but there's still a triangle out there. There, maybe? Because the one that's on the map's the one I've been to already. And there's no second one on the map. And I need to find both stars still. I know where one of them is. I'm in a rough situation where in one of the cases I know where the statue is, and I know where that statue's Prometheus spark is, but I don't know how to make them kiss. Nope. Thought I saw a cave. Where does this dead end go? I called it a dead end preemptively, which could be very wrong. I don't know why I called it that. Sometimes these sentences just go on autopilot and they find their own conclusions, and I don't know how they landed there. Hello. Melville. That is your real name. Okay, there's definitely a looming question mark over here. There's 6. Scary hole. Big scary hole, big scary hole, big scary hole, big scary hole. Big scary hole. There's the small hole again. Where do I go? How do I get where I want to be going next? Here we go. Okay, here's the diamond. Triangle. Ah! No, gets. Uh-oh. Okay, whew. Got stuck in one of those infinite falling positions. 2 to 3. This is wild. After I do this, we only have one more zone left of puzzles. Plus the golden gates and the ending or whatever. Whatever comes next. But like the structure that we've been playing so far only has one level left.
So that's like pretty cool. It's kind of crazy, honestly. Like, wow.
Can I get both of these guys? Not be in line of sight. Keep you open, I guess.
But can I get that one open is the real question.
Yes. Boom. That hit both. Thank God this game has the interface it has to let you see what you're doing. Cool. Okay, can I get 3? Timber! Okay. Okay, I can turn blue into red now.
But why?
Let's see, you're keeping that open, so I don't need to... No! God, no! Okay. It has to be blue when it reaches you, and then red when it reaches the end. So it feels intuitive to put this here, because it has to be within line of sight of this spot. Power this. One might wonder if you can get this guy over there and just open the door with him, but probably not, because there's at least 2 doors here that cannot be opened any other way. Okay, well, let's take you out here, though. Because this gives me a chance to move this back here and get a wee bit creative. Because now if I connect you just right, shit, Fiuck. That does open all 3 doors. But can I pick this up safely? I can. So did I make it? I think I did. Okay. I felt like there was still more complication coming up. It really is about finding that spot to get all 3 doors. That does a whole lot of that. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright, so that is a whole lot. There we go. That's every little number gone, every little diamond triangle gone. I keep on calling them diamonds because diamonds are neat, I guess. They sound important. We have one whole zone still. But yeah, surprisingly, the structure stayed consistent. 8 every single time, then 2, 1, 2. Or 2, 1, 1. Still have to figure out the golden gate things, although I think each golden gate is just, from what we've seen, because we saw over the wall here, it certainly seems like each one's just a puzzle. And that's it. But we do need to get this zone's stars, which I've so far done on the first go. And this time I'm a wee bit tad nervous about it, because, well, first of all, we haven't even found one of the statues, but the other statue requires me to get that spark, and I don't know how to reach it. So that also makes me nervous. Whee! Let's see, we're getting close to this one. There it is. Alright, let's see if yours is approachable. It looks like it's a laser? It is. Uh-oh. Okay. I think it's going to be on top of her box. I'm not totally sure. Oh, we're down at the edge. Is that up there where I was trying to get the spark I was missing? I might want to solve... Oop. Okay. Well, we can try to follow this or something. I was about to say I might want to solve the Tetrominoes first and see if that unlocks anything in the level. Not sure what to make of this, but we'll see where it goes. I don't see, unless I'm missing something. Well, I could be missing something. I don't see the receptacle, so I'm nervous about that. So connects that to that. Ends here. So connect the beam to here. In conveyance. Shouldn't be that hard to shoot out there. But notably, conveyance only features a blue laser. And those are usually green. Although I didn't see the receptacle, so it could not be green. I'm honestly not sure what's going to happen here. But, see, that's not a laser. That should be all I need. I guess we'll just see what it does. But yeah, this might be where I now have to give up and kind of run around the environment a whole lot to figure out how to proceed in the level. Because this level looks really confusing to navigate. Okay, so it shot a beam to here, but it did not connect it to it. We know there's that other place that was like, what, near puzzle 6 or something, where there is a... If you burrow through the wall, there's a activator. Yeah, normally her box is supposed to have a green receptacle on it. Receiver, whatever. It might be on top, but then it looks like her hand's on top. And I don't see it anywhere else. Meanwhile, I also don't know how to get to the spark. Although, am I near it now? Oh, this is this puzzle. Puzzle 3. But yeah, it could be that the game expects me to find a way to combine the puzzles. Is the spark up there? Or was it a different statue? Nah, this is where I saw it, so it's over there. Feels lucky I spotted it all. But how do I get there? Don't know what I'm missing. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm a normal human being with normal faculties that function correctly, and it's never embarrassing. Blah. Is there a way to jump upstairs from inside this puzzle? Chain reaction, laser thingy. No, this is just where I had to make a chain of these things to get out. So they were in. There's no physics in this one. Unless I think I can climb out over there, but probably not. Nah, even if that little thing is kind of a little ledge shelf thing, I don't think that leads to there. How do I get up there? Alright, I'm high up. Yo. Bro. What up? Help. If you can get up on any part of this huge meadow up here, then you could get there. Similarly, if I could just get behind any of this, I could climb on him. But I don't think that's going to happen here. It feels kind of correct for this level's getup that you might climb on the body. That'd be kind of cool.
But if I can't get that to happen, then I don't know what else I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, there's just no up. There's no up. Let me climb up. Please. And now we're going up, except over here is solid walls. I clicked on that before. I don't know why it shows up like it's new. I haven't reloaded the game since then. See, I could climb this. In real life, it wouldn't even be hard. But they're just not really letting me.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Could the theory of everything be used safely?
Let's assume for a moment that we could use it safely, which I doubt. Does that mean that we should? Is it right for us to dominate the world? We value our own freedom. Should we not also value the freedom of all the living things with which we share this planet?
About the founder.
Not now. Let's have this conversation at another time. You still have a lot to do. Better get to it.
What? We're not done.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Who's running the city while you're gone?
My chief aide, Jeremy, is in charge for now. It's good practice for him, in case he decides to run for office one day.
Tell me about Cornelius.
Cornelius is responsible for many innovations. He helped create the designs for the upgraded body you inhabit, although the founder chose to remain in her original configuration. But in recent years, he had settled into a life of quiet scholarship. Or so it seemed.
I have to go.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
No response or backlash. He's not like coming after me for what I did. And the more you poke around, the more all the statues start to feel like they're physically blocking you from finding ways to climb the mountain. Yeah, outside of the curated path. Where you're just like, I just want to know. Oh. Haven't found one of those for a while. Don't want to use any of them, but there's one again. There's that again. Oh. Two, 7 lab. I don't see another question mark. I think I did find every terminal and use it. So we're out of secrets to find, or question marks at least. It's just about figuring out how to get this laser, which I'm just gonna have to run around for a while, I think, and edit it all down to something, because, like, shit. I don't know what's up with the laser. This map's huge. But I'm wondering if I can find a spot that lets me jump down. And safely climb down towards the hand spot. Because there's just a spark under a hand. But the moment I try to navigate this world, I start to lose track of which spot even has that or not. It's like it's currently that away. But the laser's definitely confounding because I both don't know what my destination is and I don't know what else I need around the area. See, I should ignore my what I was poking at a second ago. I should go back down. Because one of the things that we do know to wonder about is just the fact that there's that wall you can burrow through. Oop. Nothing down there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm fine. Bit of a shortcut. Ooh. Conspicuous. I think this is a death trap. I think that even if I do get in there somehow, I'm just gonna get trapped and have to reset. So this is a looming thing. Makes you wonder what you can see. Was that a chamber up there? But that one, I think, might be the gate, the secret one. Yeah, strange. There's not really like puzzles in line of sight of this. There's this angle. No. Yeah, usually when you do one of these, there's a puzzle chamber in line of sight, but I don't see one. Which raises the question of how you even get the burrower to shoot at it. And maybe you do actually finally take the puzzle elements out of a chamber again. Did this one feature that kind of wall? No. I'm trying to remember which levels even had tunnelers. I remember one, I think. Cause it was the one where you had to activate a door from behind with the activator. And then that let you walk in the front of that door, and there was a tunneler in there, which you could then point at the wall directly across from the door. Not this one. Actually, this one does have one. No, it doesn't. That's a jammer. They have different vibe. They have similar vibes sometimes. Oop. Is this an additional staircase that I maybe didn't try last time? Nope, it's definitely the one that you normally take. Huh. Okay, so here's the driller. But I wasn't recording. Whoops. That's a bummer. But basically, here's the chamber that has the blue beam that I set up earlier. And behind here, there's just this guy hanging out behind this barrier, hidden here. It really is just jammed in here. Given how huge the environment is, it'd be pretty hard to spot this on your own. But the hint for me is that there's a blue archway in here that you can spot from a few different angles when you're running around. And that doesn't indicate being a part of like the level anywhere. It's like what's going on there? And briefly for a moment here you can see two doors on that thing, meaning it's opening the door that leads to it in the puzzle, and it's also leading to this back door here. There we go. Now you're caught up. I was mortified when I ran halfway to the next thing and then realized I wasn't even recording. God damn it. So we already know where this goes, though, because we saw the wall that he works on. And it's over here by, like, puzzle 6 or whatever. And we already know what you get from using it there, because there's clearly an activator there, because you can see the outline on the wall from its range. The question is where you take the activator. So there we go, and I can't carry both of you, so bye. Hope I don't need you again. Hi, bye. I guess we'll head back to the basic direction. I don't know where else you'd use this thing. I'm hoping it's not like a giant red paperclip trade where you have to just keep using each one in a different part of the environment over and over again and keep trading them for the next object, because that would be a huge pain in the ass. Mainly because I don't know where the next part of the puzzle is. So I'm heading back towards the shrine, the statue, hoping something happens there. So this thing is a blue beam pointing straight back down to here. There it is. I guess I can connect to it. It's an activator. Does it work that way? Do you just activate the statue and that's the puzzle? Yes. Okay. Whew. We're done. Ta-da! And I guess you live here now by
It is not the voice of God that a prophet seeks in the desert, but the silence of man.
That's actually scathing. It is not the voice of God the prophet seeks in the desert, but the silence of man. He's just escaping human noise. So once again, this is the thing. I feel like my best move is just to hug the left wall. I've already searched this area for a bit, but immediately after it, I think we just need to hug the left wall. Like that, I have to be able to get up there somehow. So we're just looking for an opening. I don't think the developers of this game are cruel, so I don't think there's going to be like a very specific pixel hunty spot where you can jump on the wall. In fact, if anything, if the previous game was cruel in certain ways, this game has undone most of those approaches. Which is, I have mixed feelings on, because on one level, there was definitely stuff in the first game that was like kind of unreasonable feeling to find, but at the same time, having the whole game follow such a clearly telegraphed pattern, hello, has kind of made this game feel rote. Hello. Oh, and there is a question mark here. I couldn't see it past the other symbol.
Sometimes new citizens come to me and they want to learn from me. My work appears to have created a legend of sorts. In these moments, I understand your situation. I want to teach them, but what they must learn the most is independence of thought. How does one resolve this contradiction? They wish to come along on my journeys, but I do not need a group of fawning acolytes following my every step. A journey truly worth undertaking is rarely easy. And so, I have begun to think of a much greater challenge. A journey that is almost impossible, to the far ends of the world without any mechanized means of transportation. This will be a true act of faith, and they will learn a great deal from it, if we survive.
If we survive. Ah! Up down there. Almost lost it. Where are you going? Ah. This valley path that seemed like it wasn't coming up in any other way. Now it has this purpose. Oh! I think that area was set up to have... Oh, that was a leap of faith moment. I think it was set up to have, fans in it, essentially. As if that's the updraft of the cliff.
To create, to understand, and to transform, these are the greatest acts of humankind.
We've done it, boys. Okay. Next episode, I'll be down at the gate.